Hey, Joe Phillips here with the Central Park Scoop and Focus Real Estate. We're going to try something new today. We're going to try to do a Facebook Live split screen interview. And this video is going to be all about Summit County real estate. Not all of it, some of it will be Denver too. But a lot of people around the neighborhood are curious about buying maybe a second home up in the mountains, or with remote learning and everything, just moving to the mountains completely. So we're going to bring in Todd Rankin with Cornerstone Real Estate up in Breckenridge, and we're going to chat with him about this. Just chat about the market up there and what he's seeing. So as soon as he can join us on this call, he will. This is new for us with this whole Facebook Live split screen thing, so stay tuned for just a second. But we're going to cover mountain real estate and Denver real estate, and I'll go ahead and start with the Denver stuff while we're waiting for Todd to join the call here. So how do we have a really hot real estate market when we just had a pandemic? That's what I'll start off by trying to explain. When this pandemic started in March, I thought for sure, well, not for sure, but very likely that the real estate values and the market would slow down. That just seemed logical to me. Obviously never been through a pandemic, but it seemed to make sense. But that didn't happen. Values are actually up. And so how did we get there? In March, we saw a lot of people pull their listings off the market, concerned about COVID, didn't want people through their homes, all that kind of stuff. So that brought inventory levels of available homes way down. And then the government responded and brought interest rates way down. And what that did was increase the buyer pool and make homes a lot more affordable for a lot more people. So now you've got less homes, you've got more buyers. And then we had remote learning with the kids and work from home, for us adults, remote working. So all of a sudden, the whole family unit is in the house and on top of each other. And a lot of people realized that they want more space, they want more square footage, they want a home office or two, they want more yard, and they want to be kind of further away from everybody. So we're seeing this a lot, maybe you've read articles about it, but people are going to more suburban, less densely populated areas. So that might mean moving from downtown Denver to a suburb, or moving from the general Denver area up to the mountains. You hear about it in New York City, that a ton of people have left the city and are going out to the suburbs, and that's causing bidding wars in those areas. So we're seeing similar things here, and that's where Todd and the whole mountain real estate thing was on my mind, because we've helped people sell in Central Park and buy homes up there. Going on. So Ashley's working the camera here. She's hitting a lot of buttons. Has Todd joined?
Todd is adding as we speak.
Okay, cool. So we're pulling Todd in, and then we're going to get the mountain perspective on what's going on in Summit County.
Todd is connecting.
Todd is almost
Hang
here.
on. Hang on. There's Todd.
Hey, Todd. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you.
Yeah, thanks for hanging in there as we figure this stuff out. So this is Todd Rankin with Cornerstone Real Estate out of Breckenridge. Todd, what you missed so far was I was just trying to explain how we have a hot Denver real estate market in a year of a pandemic. So we went through some of that. And let me just define what I mean by hot market. The values are up 7 to 8% from this time last year. And the inventory levels of available homes in the Denver area is down 41.5%. So values up, home inventory down. I've given the people watching a little bit of an overview of Denver. What are you seeing in Summit County right now?
Yeah, we're absolutely seeing the same thing up here in the mountains. I think folks are, tied into what you were saying about being able to Zoom from anywhere, and then also wanting a little more space. We're seeing a big push on people coming to the mountains from kind of a little bit of a different demographic than we were seeing before, but also some of the usual suspects, the Front Range folks that love coming up here to Breck and to Summit County. More of those folks want to do that, and it's fascinating. Our inventory curve's pretty consistent year over year. It's kind of a bell curve. Like it ramps up starting Easter, end of ski season, and then peaks about July 4th, and then kind of tapers down. And with COVID in March, April, we saw inventory kind of ramp up considerably, and transactions were pretty quiet. But once things started to loosen up a little bit, it's just been insanity, quite frankly. We're seeing, I think the number the other day was 800 homes and lots under contract, which is just a staggering number up here. In a typical big month up here, and I've tracked this for the last 12 years up here, you would normally see a really big month would have like 300 transactions. And I think here in the next couple of months, we might have a couple of months at 400. Those 800 will close over a couple of months here. But yeah, tremendous activity up here in the mountains as folks try and get a little more breathing room.
That's amazing. So are you seeing a lot of bidding wars on properties right now?
Yeah, we're seeing certainly some of that. The single family market's seeing quite a bit of activity and some bidding wars. And the phrase I heard the other day, I had a listing of mine on a Sunday that had 3 offers, 2 of them were cash. It ended up selling 40 grand over list. An agent that had a client that was really interested in that, she showed another property of mine on Monday, and she brought in, she was like, hey, are there any offers? I was like, yeah, we got one on the table. And she's like, my guys yesterday lost out on 5 homes. All 5 homes they wanted to see were under contract. And the phrase right now up here in the mountains is, if you sleep on it, you won't sleep in it. So
I like it. Well, so you mentioned the single family home. So in my mind, that kind of makes sense. Like those would actually be even hotter than the condos, right? Because the condo doesn't give you that spaciousness that a lot of people want. Is that right?
yeah, you nailed it. Any single family with any amount of land, whether it's a tenth of an acre, a quarter acre, a full acre, yeah, folks just want a little more, yeah, just a little bit of space between them. And certainly condos are moving too, and townhomes are moving as well. But really, there's big pressure on anything above $1 million, single family, and I didn't run these numbers myself, but a buddy of mine that's been up here a long time selling real estate, he said that in the last, and this was like 2 weeks ago, he said in the last 60 days, we've had more $2 million sales than at any point in the history of Breckenridge.
Wow.
So yeah, there's a shift going on up here for sure with the wealth and the folks that are, I think, more willing to spend their resources and come up here and carve out a second home or a mountain home has become much more important for folks here with the pandemic.
I don't know about you, but this whole thing is kind of humbling. You kind of think, okay, I've been in real estate for 17 years or something. I can kind of project things a little bit. I was totally wrong. I mean, I thought this second home market in the mountains would actually get crushed because I thought people wouldn't travel, and the market, like it's a secondary home, it's a luxury for a lot of people. I just was thinking that would go down. And obviously that's been proven wrong, and it's going the opposite way.
It's been fascinating to watch. There's just been folks from Chicago, New York, Tulsa, Florida, Wichita, Kansas. Everybody's, they're tired of being cooped up. And, the neat thing up here and excluding ski season, which is just phenomenal and wonderful and a great way to spend a bunch of time with family and kind of escape and recharge and all that good stuff. I'm looking out the window right now, and there's just trails and access out every door. Whether you're 7 or 77, there's something fun for you to do, and it's good up here.
Yeah, a great lifestyle to sell right now. That totally makes sense. It's appealing to me. What areas do you and your team cover? Because I look at your website, looks like you have 12 to 15 people on a team. Tell us which areas are good for you.
Yeah, all of Summit County. So we cover Breckenridge, Frisco, Copper, Silverthorne, Dillon, Summit Cove, Keystone. So yeah, anything in Summit County is our wheelhouse.
Okay, great. And then if somebody's interested in something maybe a little bit outside of that, I imagine you built up some different contacts that you refer to, that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got really good relationships in other mountain towns. If folks want to be in Steamboat or they want to end up in Vail or, Telluride, Durango, Winter Park, certainly a lot of folks that, through the years, just try and, stick to what I know and what I'm good at and, avoid, I know enough to be dangerous in those other spots. So we stick to Summit County.
That's why I like what you do. You focus on your niche. That's exactly what we do in Central Park. And that's why I've liked referring you people in the past. I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on in the mountains. I'll just send people your way. Down in Central Park, which if mountain folks are watching this and they're not as familiar, Stapleton is now Central Park. that name change happened in the last month or so. So that's what I mean when I say Central Park. We're in a pretty good position here too. We've got 600 to 700 homes left to build in the neighborhood, and they're just starting to release a lot of those lots. So if somebody does want to get a little further out, maybe they live in a little bit more of an urban location and they can't go enjoy all those amenities that used to be really cool that aren't available right now, and they want to get just a little bit further out, but be in a good position to be by the airport and downtown and everything when this does end, then Central Park would be a great location. So I'm going to put my contact information in the comments below, and I'll make sure, Todd, we get your contact info in there. So people, feel free to reach out to either one of us if you want to do something in real estate in either one of those areas. And Todd, thanks for joining us, and let's just do this maybe once a month or something just to keep people posted on what's going on in the mountains.
Yeah, that'd be great, Joe. Always good seeing you, and thanks for sending all the great clients you've sent through the years. And it's always a delight working with folks that are fans
Thanks,
of yours.
Todd.
So thank
Appreciate
you.
it. And sorry about Biff. You know, I got to send you one difficult one every once in a while.
If that's difficult, we'll take them.
Sounds good.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Take care, Todd.
See you, bud. Bye.